All right, so we're going to replace the driver's side mirror on this 2016 Honda Accord. I'm going to walk you through step by step. I'm going to show you the tools you'll need. It's a pretty simple and straightforward job. You just have to be careful from not to scratch your interior panels and plastic pieces, and that's pretty much it. So next, we'll show you the couple different options because I understand not everybody that watches this video is going to be a professional mechanic. So you just need some sort of Phillips head screwdriver. Number 2 is probably going to work just fine for what you need. And then, or you can use a screw gun like this. Some sort of small screwdriver. I like these little spoon bills because they're non-marring, so I don't have to worry about scratching the plastic interior. Obviously, being that I'm doing this job for someone else and they're paying me, I need to make sure I don't damage the interior. Then you're also going to need some sort of trim tool as well. They make multiple different types of trim tools. This is like a plastic non-marring one. This is an aluminum style here. This is the same thing, just a little, that's a knife. This is the same thing, just a little different style. And then there's also one more style. Let me grab it in my back pocket. It's like this as well. I like these. These are on Amazon. They're non-marring, smooth edges all the way around. So much less chance of actually damaging the interior. And then a 10 millimeter. So whether you're using an impact, using a ratchet, something just with a 10 millimeter socket. I like using a magnetic socket, but just as long as you're careful, you don't drop the 10 millimeter nuts down, you're fine. So let's get into this. All right, so first and foremost, we're gonna remove this cover, but before you remove any covers, the first thing you always do that you never wanna forget about is actually check your mirror. You wanna get your new mirror, make sure that you got the right size, the right side, and you want to make sure it matches up with the current mirror on the car. It's the same color, so on and so forth. I can't tell you how many times, being in this industry for 17 years, I've ordered the correct part on my end, but it's delivered wrong. It comes in the wrong color, wrong side, whatever, or I made a mistake and I ordered the wrong one and I screwed up. That happens often too, so none of us are perfect. So you want to make sure you have the right part. The last thing you want to do is take it all apart and then realize, oh crap, I got the wrong one, and have to put it back together and wait for the correct part and then tear it apart again. So that's technically step number 1. Then after you find out and confirm you have the right one, we're gonna take off this panel here. It's a tweeter cover, and you just pop it there. There's one little clip up there, and then on this right lower side, you lift up, it slides down in. Then you have a little wire harness here for your tweeter, and this is the clip you're unpopping, so you're just popping that off, and then this is your little tab here that slides down in and holds that in place. So don't pull straight out, slide up after you get that unclipped to make sure you don't damage that part there. These are your 3 10 millimeter nuts for your mirror, but your harness goes behind your door panel. So next we're gonna undo this little cover here. There's 2 Phillips head screws under here we're gonna have to undo. We'll get to that next. Hard to see, but this is where I like this little spoon bill. There's a little indentation that you slide in and you push on that tab, and that's why a little flathead screwdriver would work just fine. But again, I like these little spoon bills because I don't have to worry about scratching anything up. Now we take out our 2 10 millimeter, or I'm sorry, Phillips head screws. Pretty simple. Just open your door handle for the bottom one. That one comes out. Top one. I like to set mine just somewhere on the floor mat so then I know. Next, we are going to pop off our window switch cover. And again, something smooth, something that's not going to damage your cover. And you're supposed to come back from this side over here. And these can be kind of a pain, I won't lie. So I take it in there and I just twist a little bit. And then just take your time. There's no need to rush or force anything because as soon as you force something, that's when you break it. So there we go. That's off. And the reason we're taking that off is we need this Phillips head screw right here. Let me make sure that's in the shot. Okay. This little Phillips head screw here. So we'll take that out as well. Just make sure you don't drop it down. And then these switches are pretty easy. There's a little tab that you push down, and then for that front harness and then the back harness here. And then on this, I'm going to show you the clips. So there's a little edge right here that sits and holds that bottom, so you have to slide that out. There's a clip here, a clip here, a clip here, a clip here, and then these inside clips as well. So those are where all your clips are. Those are where you want to focus your attention to as you're trying to pop that loose. Just again, so you don't damage anything. And then just set that aside. Now, we're going to pop our door panel off. And again, using something like this is going to work well. Let me zoom you back out. And I like to just get on the outer edges here and try to feel for my clips. And then just pull. And I'll try to get my hands in there somehow. Sometimes they're stubborn, sometimes they're not. It just depends on how old the vehicle is. Your climate. There we go. So we got one set there, and now I'm just gonna start taking my hands and pop those and loosen those. And once they're all loose, don't pull too hard, just pop your panel loose. It's loose now. Now you're gonna pull out just a slight bit and slide up. And then we're just gonna leave it there. We're not gonna do anything else. We're not gonna separate anything else. Our window harness is right here. I'm gonna show that too. So we're leaving this hang because now we've got access to our harness. You push in on that little tab and pull out, and there we go. We've got that loosened up. We'll pop this off, and now this will come out. We'll just take our little, one of our trim tools, pop this out, and then this will be these three nuts here, 10 millimeter, 10 millimeter, 10 millimeter. And then there's little tabs on here that hold this in place. So when you undo these, it doesn't just fall out. So then you can hold your mirror and then squeeze those and pop the mirror out. That's next. I'm gonna use a little trim tool like this, slide it in behind here and pop that out. And that way that is ready to rock and roll. And then now I'm gonna grab the impact and take those nuts. This is where I like having a magnetic socket. It's not, you know, like I said, all you gotta do is just make sure that you're holding on to them so they don't drop. And then when you take this last one off, do it nice and slow, just in case these plastic tabs don't hold that mirror, because the last thing you want that mirror to do is drop and scratch up the outside of your door. So take it off slow, nice and easy, and then put your hand on the outside here. Let me zoom this out just so you can see a little bit better what I'm doing here. And I'm not gonna be able to record both sides, but I'm holding the mirror and then I'm squeezing the sides here, and I'm just gonna pull that through. And there is your mirror off. All right, so we've got our new mirror. We're gonna do the same exact thing, just in obviously opposite order. I'm gonna hold that mirror, pull this through, and we're gonna make sure everything's lined up, and then we find our little studs. We line those up, and then I'm gonna wait until that clips. And then me, personally, I'm just gonna be extra precautionary, and I'm gonna take one of my nuts and just slide that on by hand, because I don't want that to fall out while I'm just sitting here and damage my new mirror and damage my door as well. Obviously, this is not my door or my mirror, but it will be if I damage it, because I'm gonna have to pay for it. So I'm gonna tighten these up. That one, because I can't get on straight because of the door panel, I'm gonna tighten by hand first, and then, because I don't want to cross thread it. It comes with a new clip. We are going to clip that in place, because this harness here for our tweeter clips into there. So that's ready to go. And then I'm gonna put that behind there. And then we're gonna plug our mirror back in. Super easy. And then we're gonna put our door panel back up. We slide it up and then just push it down. And then again, it's tight. The bottoms just need snapped in. One thing I like to do before I button and snap everything in place, I'm gonna plug in my switch back like this. I'm gonna plug this back in. I'm gonna turn my car on, and I'm going to verify that my mirror works before I bolt everything back up, because the last thing you want to do is have something wrong or mess something up and then take it all back apart. So that works. So I'm going to undo this, because even though I technically don't have to, I just want it out of my way. It's not that big of a deal. And then I'm going to line this up and pop all my panels or my clips back in place. We are going to put our screw here back in. If I pay attention. There we go. Now we're going to put this back again. Like I said, I didn't have to remove that, and then this portion here slides in, and then you slide this down and snap it into place. We've got our 2 screws for up here. Don't forget the bottom screw, just open your door handle. It's a little easier to get to. You don't have to worry about scratching up the chrome on the handle. Tightened up there. This slides in, bottom in at an angle first, and then push the top part in. Got our plastic cover and our tweeter. We're gonna put that in, slide that back lower portion in first, and then line our clip up in the back and make sure, and there we go. And you're done. And that's as simple as that. Now you have got your new mirror installed and looking fresh like new. So it's not a hard process. It's pretty simple. Just take your time. If you're not comfortable with it, then just take it to a shop. The labor's not that much. It's not a big deal. The mirror I bought from Honda directly. The aftermarket mirrors are hit and miss. I've installed some where they've been great, and I've installed several that have not been great in the aftermarket world. So you just got to decide what you want to do. But at least this way, if you decide to go with a mirror, even if you buy it from Honda, you can get it installed. Thanks for watching. Appreciate y'all.